I don't know why it want to do that. That's so weird. All right, there we go. That was super weird. Anyway, let's get it twisted. So many things today. So many things. So many things. All right, let's dive in. So we're gonna be doing Q&A, of course, and then I am gonna be working on sort of adjusting some of my screens and whatnot. That's what I told Vicky that I would do. And then we're gonna keep it going. Really weird. Zoom says my microphone is not working, which is weird because it works. Anyway, we'll find out if you guys can hear me or not. It should work. Anyway, I'll just say continue. Continue recording. Mm-hmm. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. All right, let me check the YouTube back in. Man, crazy news yesterday. Apple bought Motion VFX, which is dope. I just clicked the one that says creators unstuck recording. Why? Why? Why is it not the same? Why is it not the same? Okay. Paul says it's not right. So we'll switch. Anyway, the point is they have done something which is really, really cool and off the chain. And that is that they no, stay there. Stay there. We picked up they bought Motion VFX, which is crazy because, Final Cut went subscription mode a little bit ago. And with Final Cut going to subscription mode, they said that it was going to come with some, templates and premium templates and stuff like that. And everybody was like, where are they going to get these premium templates from? And jokingly, when Raph was on the show, I said, oh, all I got to do is just buy Motion VFX. So turns out I was right. They actually bought Motion VFX, which is cool. And then, of course, now everybody automatically goes to the weird conversation of, well, what's going to happen to these plugins that I bought? I got like 20 Motion VFX plugins, most of which I purchased probably in the pandemic. So, like, I would have purchased them a while back. And I think the last one that I purchased was like 2 years ago. And, Motion VFX plugins, bro, they range anywhere between like $40 and $100. At the time when I purchased the plugin, I was doing a project for a friend's video that they were doing. So after doing that project paid for the plugin, and I've been using it the whole 2.5, 3 years since. I don't care if they take the plugin away. Like, yo, it was less than $100, and I used it for more than 3 years. People are like, well, Final Cut's going to subscription. I paid $2.99. Actually, scratch that. I paid $1.99 for this current version of Final Cut before we went to subscription mode over 10 years ago. Like $19 a year for a program that has made me well over six figures in editing videos. Even if you was just fucking around, making little things for your family vacation, yo, if you bought it more than 3 years ago, you got your money's worth. I'm like, y'all are tripping. Y'all are absolutely tripping. And it's hilarious to me because even like at full on broke as a joke, if you paid $100 a year for what Final Cut does for you, or DaVinci or Premiere or whatever the case may be. Premiere already, listen, my Premiere $89 a month, and I don't even use it. I haven't opened Premiere in 7 years, but I've paid more than $89 a month for my Adobe subscription. But I use Photoshop and Illustrator like left, right every day. So, 누구세요? 누구세요? It's Eden. She decides she want to show her little golden self up. Sup, Eden? How you doing? She is feeling special because her cousin won a gold medal in skating. Yeah, like it's so weird, bro. The stuff that people be tripping on, and I'm like, the reality is, I think most of the people making that noise, they don't even use this stuff. Because if they did, they wouldn't be tripping. I think they're just making noise because they want to see themselves in the comments. It's literally crazy. Anyway, more than likely, what's going to happen is they're going to bring a bunch of stuff in and just loop it into the Final Cut deal, and then for the people that have DaVinci and Premiere plugins, you guys may or may not be asked out. We really don't know. That's a to be determined. And as a Final Cut user, I could care less. I have DaVinci. I don't have any motion. I do have one motion VFX DaVinci plugin, but other than that, it ain't that big a deal to me. Oh, she's been in Taiwan. Oh my God. What I wouldn't do for a real deal Holyfield nightja. Not even. I don't even like the boba part because I almost choke every time. Like you're gonna die. But nightja, like the real deal Holyfield nightja of milk tea. Oh my God, there's nothing better. What we get here is not even close. Even the crap at the airport tastes better than what we get here. and a real deal beef noodle with the donut. I think I'm gonna go get beef noodle today. See what you started eating? I'm gonna have to go get me a beef noodle today. And it's like $3 US for a legit milk tea, correct? Because over here it's like 10. Oh, I wonder if they have good milk tea in the UK. They have a large population. Paul, we're gonna go seek out milk tea. I ain't even supposed to drink milk like that, and I love milk tea. Especially when they pour it through a sock. You ever had tea poured through a sock, Paul? Oh my God. The first time I seen that, I was like, who the frick got the dirty, like, soccer sock? They pouring tea through it. But it's so good. Actually, that's a little bit more Hong Kong, but it's so good. Oh my God. Tea through a sock. Who knew? Anyway, I'm super excited about the Final Cut motion VFX thing. And it's funny, like, well, what about I paid for that subscription? I pay $800 a year for motion VFX. I still don't care if it gets absorbed by Apple because they're not going to make it worse. That's just not in their wheelhouse. That's not how they do. If anything, they'll make it the same or they'll make it better. Sock or stocking. Yeah, maybe it's a stocking. When I first seen it, I just like, I look like a sock. But it tastes good. When my friend first dragged me there, I was like, bro, what is this? And then my boy took me to DTF for the first time, and then Taifunga. And we went in Hong Kong proper. And I was like, why is there 7,000 people standing out front of this restaurant? I had never heard of it because we don't have it in Hawaii. I hadn't been to the one in New York or LA or Seattle or anything like that yet. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. And he's like, oh, well, this line, it'll take these people like an hour and a half to 2 hours before they can sit down. And I was like, we are not standing in this. He goes, no, we just walk to the front and then they let us in. And I was like, wait, how do you do that? His grandmother is friends with the original owner of DTF. So we just walk in and everybody looking at us like, how these Americans, how the Megua cut in line? And I was like, you know what it is, gangster. So yeah, oh my God, DTF is. I took Jill and Mary Lou to DTF for the first time in October, and then it was so good, me and Jill had to go twice. Anyway, so yeah, we're diving into some things. Paul, Too bad you didn't feel good on Saturday because you missed some amazing stuff that me and AT did. It was good, bruh. That's crazy. It was super, super good. And then the other Paul left in the end of it, so he kind of missed the end. But I'll show you guys on Saturday. It was all ATs coming up with me and AT and Gretchen and Aubrey and Claudine. We had some fun and we came up with some really incredible stuff. I made up something called the transcript lab. And what we were doing is we were checking Alicia's transcripts to try to find out why she's had this sudden spurt in growth. And what Claude came up with is so crazy. And it actually made this. We ended up making a little pseudo app um, called the Transcript Lab, where you can literally take all of your transcripts, add it, and have it analyze those transcripts and then go deeper. It was really crazy, bro. It was really crazy. Like, it was quite amazing. Um, yeah, so I will, Paul. I'll just email you we ended up with a zip file that you know I can send to you. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy. So one of the things that we also had to do was create a profile for you as a creator who say maybe hasn't trained your bot yet, right? Because I've been trying to tell everybody for the last couple of weeks or so that we are beyond the generative AI stuff. Like now, these guys are getting to the point where they're making really, really good assistants. Oh my God, Paul C. I was talking to my boy Benji yesterday, and he said he had his dryer was doing something weird, and he went to YouTube because he's like, I think I can fix this myself. And he found this video, and the way he was describing, I was like, bruh, I wonder if he ran onto one of Paul's videos because he's talking about the dude was get in there and take this thing apart. He pulls the drum out. He's like, I didn't even know there was a drum in there. I'm like, how you think dryers work? That thing that you put that's the drum. Anyway, so I gave him your channel, and I was like, bro, you need to see somebody that's really doing it. Because, we're talking about like, really hyper niche type situations. So I'm going to be on the show next week. But when I go on the show next week, I'm going to be sure to talk about what you're doing with how to repair it. Yeah, it was really interesting. So I sent him your channel and I'm like, bruh, if you're going to mess around and take apart your dryer, go check out Paul's video. I'm sure he has LG on there because, we all do LG over here. Or maybe, does LG clone anybody else? You know how like Maytag and LG is LG, right? That's why I think I like them. I think when I first picked it, I picked it because they don't do clones. Same with my car. Paul said Paul don't let Paul be Paul. See, that's why you can't put him in charge.
Okay. Your Rottweiler just took me off the leash.
There you go.
No, I don't. Europe doesn't have many LG dryers.
Oh, strange.
There are certain products which are exclusive to the Asian and American market and don't come into Europe. And then there's other products which come into Europe but don't go to the American market.
Oh, 100%.
And this is usually because of regulations. Some things are allowed in America, like heat pump tumble dryers now in Europe are being they are going to become the predominant tumble dryer, and vented and condenser tumble dryers are going to be illegal, which is the most ludicrous thing in the world.
The what do you call those things? The regulatory bodies. There we go. That's the word.
Yeah, governing ourselves.
Matt, you just missed the whole damn thing. That's exactly what I talked about for the first 10 minutes. You just missed the whole entire thing. That's super funny. But yeah, I said in a nutshell, I said I'm super stoked, and all of the people whining about what about this plugin I bought 10 years ago? This is what I said. Man, fuck those people. That's what I said. Because like you paid $80 for a damn plugin 10 years ago, bro. You got your money's worth. Shut up. Like just go away. I pay $800 some a month for my Motion VFX subscription, and I still don't care because I know Apple's track record for making things better. So that was the nutshell of what I said. And I legit just paid my invoice like 2 months ago. What is this? The third month? So 3 months ago. I just paid my invoice, my 800 bones at the end of December for my motion VFX subscription, and I still don't care. Like 3 months later, and I used it every day this week, by the way, because I'm editing something big right now, and I still don't care. I'm like, please take it away, do something cool with it. Anyway, thanks, Paul. Get off my screen. Oh, dude, Matt started the whole damn drama in the community. God damn it. It's super funny though. But yeah, Matt asked a simple question about the damn Neo, and we had nothing but meltdowns. But that being said, I don't know, man. People are tripping hard. Um, Duncan, the whole time we were talking about that last week and we were trying to figure it out, you know what nobody brought to the table? The number one thing that causes people struggle when it comes to their streaming computer is their little bus doesn't work, right? And it's a little bus with this little B connector, right? And so the number one fails at Ecamm happens to be these, and I don't know, buying a piece of crap like low budget hub, right? The computer in question has a USB 2 port and a USB 3.2 port, neither of which are fast enough to move the type of data that you need to move at a clip for a high-speed stream. So if you're using the FaceTime camera, maybe. If you're using one 1080 webcam, maybe. But anything past that, you're going to cripple it. And here's the other funny part for all of the people like, oh, but it can do this and it can do that. Bro, if you plug the device into the wrong side of the machine, you just plugged it into the USB 2 port. If you plug the device into the left side of the machine, you plugged it into the USB 3.2 port. But then what's everybody going to do? Well, I'm just going to put on a USB hub. If you're the type of person to buy a $500 Mac to try to do a $1,000 Mac job, you're the type of person to buy a $29 USB hub and try to plug in the camera. And then call tech support and be like, oh, your software company effed up my stream because I was trying to do a stream and my camera won't connect. My hub, my USB 5 hub costs more than the fucking computer.
Yep.
This USB 5 cow digit costs $550. And with my discount, the Mac would cost $499. And this won't even work because it's Thunderbolt 5. So I'm just saying. I wish it would work. I really do. Because I would love for there to be a sub $500 machine, which technically there is, because you know what? The baseline Mac Mini is $499 too on the education store. So what are we talking about?
And it's stronger than the Neo.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna still buy a Neo because it's yellow and it's just cool. I don't know why I need a yellow.
You're not going to get the purple one?
Nah, I like the yellow one. It's cool. Vicky is here. So here's what I said I was going to do. So it's exactly what I'm going to do. I said if Vicky came, I was going to talk to her about overlays. And I was going to I'm going to change a lot of my stuff anyway and move it around and things of that nature. But I did tell her I was going to do overlays because I don't want her to be like, I don't know how to use overlays. Because the reality is there's nothing to know. That's the reality. But the problem with there's nothing to know when you think there's something to know is it makes it feel like you don't know something. Wait, that didn't make any sense what I just said. How am I going to make that make more sense? Well, it seems like there's something to know, but the reality is there's nothing to know. And because there's nothing to know, it makes it seem like you should know something that you don't know. I still said it dumb. Alicia, stop shaking your head. Say the answer then, dang it. You know what I'm trying to say. What's the answer? Paul, unmute Alicia so she can tell us what the heck I'm trying to say.
Everybody's unmutable.
Speak on it, AT. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say.
If you don't know how I'm supposed to know.
I don't know neither. Anyway, I said we're gonna show Vicky, so we're gonna show Vicky. Oh my God. See what you started? See what you started, Matt? You broke it again, bro. You broke it again. Oh, I know what I was gonna say before we switch into overlays. And so Matt, not that this was your fault, but the thing that got everybody in trouble, and I think here's the problem. When somebody telling you something and you want to hear what you want to hear, you don't hear the rest. Tyler specifically said, Marquez specifically said, yes, while they were able to do some higher end video timeline stuff, they wouldn't suggest it for long periods of time because of X, Y, Z. If you're doing something really, really short for the internet, maybe it'll work, but for longer projects, it will definitely choke. All people heard was it can edit 8K or it can edit 6K. Like they just ignored all the other parts of that warning, right? If you're going to ride this motorcycle, make sure you wear a helmet because we don't want you to die. Oh, I don't need no helmet. They said the law says I don't have to wear a helmet, so I'm not going to wear a helmet. Even though when they said we're not going to enforce the helmet law, you should still wear a helmet because you might die. Don't nobody want to wear their helmet, right? Or, wear protection so you don't have any unwanted kids, right? People don't listen to these warnings. They want to hear what they want to hear. So the thing about that, which is crazy, is both of those dudes was talking about editing a video. Editing a video is nowhere near the same thing as capturing a video, putting it on screen, adding your overlays like the text right here, and re-encoding it and sending it into little packets and sending the little packets down the wire to then get decoded and land on YouTube. Not even remotely the same process. One is 3 steps, one is 13. The computer is not doing the same thing. So how that does not match to Mugglehead, I have no idea. But yeah, it's a total different thing. Like editing a video in 4K and streaming a video in 1080, the 1080 one is still harder. Like it's just different. It's a different process. Anyway, so enough about that. So let me do this real quick. All right, so Vicky, since you are here, this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about doing some overlays. I'm going to do something really quick, and I'm going to make a quick little screenshot of this. Whoa, I went to go make a screenshot. The whole joint turned purple. That's weird. All right, so we're going to put this here because these are the type of things which you can put onto your screen. Then I'm going to drag another copy over here. So we're going to do these in order. First things first, drag an image. Super simple. Look, Paul is leaning in like he ready. Paul is leaned all the way in like he ready. Why, don't you know this stuff, Paul? I guess it's good to have a good refresher. Okay, so Paul, my British team is over here causing trouble today. Okay, the first one is we're going to drag in the image, right? So I can just take any image, put it into my little mouse over here, and just drag it in. And then use your mouse wheel to scroll and unscroll. All right? You can place it any which way you like, right? And something that you may not know is if as I'm moving around, it's kind of hard to see these on screen, but there's these little blue lines. These little blue lines are telling you that lines up with something. So as I get it here, these are all lining up with the edge of this other graphic. This is lining up with something that I have on screen right now, which is hidden, but it's my Streamlabs overlay. When somebody subscribes, something pops up, right? So these little things kind of help you sort of see where you're doing. Now, another unknown trick for most people is that Option key with your finger, hold that down, and then drag down, you can make a duplicate. So if you put a graphic on the screen and you need 2 copies of it, your finger in the Option key, make a copy. Here's what I want you to know about that. That trick works in just about every program in the Mac. That is just a normal Mac OS thing. Hold the Option key, drag, makes a copy. If we were in Final Cut and I grabbed the overlay in Final Cut, Option drag, makes a copy. If we're in Photoshop and I grab the word Paul and I held down the Option key and drag it, I got 2 words Paul. If you're in Microsoft Word and you hold the Option key and drag it, you get 2 copies of the paragraph. Like, that's just a normal Mac OS thing. Okay, now, Paul's question is, well, how do you set up the vertical? Easy. You go into the top and you say, I can't do this while I'm live, but it says video shape, and all the way up there in the top, it says dual mode, horizontal, and vertical. So you got to make sure you grab the latest beta, and then it's just in there. The version, if you don't have the beta version, it's not in there. Now, the vertical side, I just take this graphic and drag it over here. Now, I have a thing that I downloaded from the interweb, which is here, which I use to help me make sure that I put things where it goes on vertical. Get. And then now I know that this graphic is in the safe spot, and I know that this graphic is in the safe spot. Okay, so that's on the vertical side. Now you do have some room up here, and there's some room down here in the bottom, but this is where comments is going to be on the replay. When you're live, it's not that big a deal. On the replay, comments is going to be there. So I try not to put nothing down there. And I just found this internet by searching for vertical safe zone overlay for YouTube. But this one is cool because it's the vertical safe zone for everything. So not just YouTube. This fits all platforms. Well, in theory, it could be wrong. They change these joints every couple of weeks. Okay, so we got this. Welcome to the party, kilobytes. Dude, I was just about to order one of these, Matt. I was just about to order one of these, but I think I'm going to order the, no, I was going to order the Zoe Tech, but I think I'm going to order the Afkanzi, whatever the heck it's called. They have one called the Pro, and then one, the Joy Pro, and the Pro Joy. Something stupid. Anyway, I was going to get the middle one because there's 3. No NDI, there's NDI, and then there's NDI with 100 presets. I was going to order the middle one. So let me know which one it is. I'm literally going to order that sucker today. Okay, so this first icon down here, that covers the image. The bottom, I'm going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, and you'll see why in a second. The bottom one is just a rectangle. So if I press this, boom, I get a rectangle. All right, pull it out, click upon the pencil, change the color to something we can see. Giving them something we can see. I have 2 monitors, so I put my color peons on the other side. Why is she laughing? Oh, it's giving him something he can feel. But you know what I said, give him something we can see. You know what I was doing. I know the song, woman. AT be shaking her head at me. I don't know if I like it. Anyway, so we can pick this little thing, make it whatever you want, right? And then since we in this box, let's finish doing what we was doing in this box. Let's click it. And then as we zoom in, we have shape, rectangle, squares, circle, squircle, right? Then we got color. We got gradient. We got motion. I never do this. I never do this. I never do this. Don't do this. Don't listen to people that tell you to do it. It's obnoxious. Go to color. We can turn it into a blur box. Ooh, that's better. That's what you guys were waiting for. We could turn it into a zoom box. Whoa! Yo,
That's an improvement.
Look, this is after I hang out and drink beers with Paul next month in the UK. So you can turn it into a zoom box. You can turn it into a motion box. Again, something I would never do. But it's supposed to be motion blur, but I wouldn't do that.
Actually, that's what we look like when we're going down the road in the car together.
Because of how fast I drive. We can do witness detection program. No, I ain't never been to Epstein Island. Lies. You can go to hex. I like this one. This one's cool.
Yeah.
It's very like, old school video game blowed up on the big TV. I don't even play with these things. Dude, I work here and I don't play with these things because that's cool. Hey guys, welcome to the show. That's actually cool. Again, I don't play with any of these things. Again, weird. Wait. Pinch.
That's when you're wasted.
Hey everyone, listen to me. This is actually
Stop
kind of
eating
funny.
lemons.
Remember that movie, Martian? Oh, he had the big head. What movie? What's the name
Yep.
of that movie? That movie's funny as hell, bro. And then there's, wow, I did not need any help making my nose bigger at all. Anyway, so those are the weird things that you can do with one of these here boxes. 9 times out of 10, I'm just using color. And then you can put a border, and I'll just leave it at white. But this is your border slider. And then, no more and then. You got opacity, so you can do things like that, which is cool for clocks and
Where's
whatnot.
the tax?
You can rotate it, but rotating the circle's not getting rid of it. You know what's really fun to rotate? Go like this, put it in circle mode, and then do rotate. Look, nothing happens. Somebody will get it. Somebody will get it. Then you can do perspective. Like sands in the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. And then you got your various blend modes. Let's put the opacity back. And then you can do different blend modes. Same like Photoshop. Just go in there and play with these. Anyway, and then you got your transitions. I'll leave it on fly in auto. So what that does is when I dip out, when I dip, you dip, you dip. If I do this, and I do this, if some of these are missing from yours, update to the latest beta. I'm always using the latest beta because it's my job. And then of course you can do shadow, blur, all these other things. Again, not things that I play with. So the first two that you needed to know, right away, is that, dude, press the right button. There we go. The first two that you needed to know is that you can do, get back up here. You can do image and you can do rectangle. Now, what I'm going to show you next is a little bit different. I'm going to hold down the option key and I'm going to drag the side of this in to hide the ones we already covered. So that way I know what we covered. So simple. So simple, right? So the option key, if you press it down on the side, it allows you to crop the box. We are here to crop the box. Now get it down. The big body. Do it beat. Sorry. I'm having one of my 80s flashbacks. Can you tell me why overlays are not necessary? Period, point blank in the story. Overlays are not necessary. You have sat here on this show and watched me do an entire show and never bring up a single overlay. Not one. I've sat here, camera on, and just talked to you about Apple's doing something weird or somebody else is doing something weird or whatever. Like I don't ever have to use an overlay. As a matter of fact, write this down. Most people overdo overlays because they lack confidence and they think adding all those overlays is going to somehow make it better. A true steak aficionado, the only thing that goes on a steak if you know how to cook it properly is salt and pepper. It don't require garlic salt. It don't require some Texas barbecue rub. It don't require lemon, herb, and butter. It don't require nothing. Like maybe a sprig of rosemary, but if rosemary is out of season, don't even bother. A good steak in the hands of a true gangster, salt and pepper. End the story. A person that can do a show and hold their own and talk about what they got to talk about and feel comfortable about what they're doing, they don't need no dang overlays. They just go like this and they sit here and they talk about what they talk about. Most people are overdoing it because it's like buying a fancy car when you have a small peen. It's like that. Alicia, sorry. It's not helping, bro. Like, nobody believes you. Having a fancy car doesn't mean anything. If you, especially if they don't know how to drive it. So the reality is you don't need overlay. But if it's going to bring some value to your audience. So I was doing some testing yesterday. So temporarily, my overhead camera is not where it needs to be. But let me do something here. Ooh, that was a little bit fast. This, I would tell you, is where it comes in handy, Miss Vicky. So, as you're looking at my screen right now, I have my whole entire camera as an overlay. But I might want to, get rid of the cone of cleanliness, right? So in which case, I would put the scene in blank. And then I would drag a camera in as an overlay. And now I get to be here doing the same thing, but because I can crop the edges out, you don't have to see all of my craziness, right? And then I could take my second camera, which in your case would be, doing something art related. Right now, my extra camera is off to the side because I was doing some crazy stuff yesterday for work. But this is where cameras as an overlay is more powerful than just using the straight screen as a camera. So on this box of overlay graphics, there's the camera one is right behixed here. Let me do this. That is the camera overlay. And so that just becomes more powerful if you press the one that looks like a camera, right? So now you can do all myriad sorts of things. So for instance, I could take this camera overlay and then put in Sleepy Paul. Look, now I sit up straight, Paul. And then Alicia gonna curse me out, but I can put in Alicia. Then I can put in Paul drinking the beer. And so this is where it's fun. And watch this. Let's get real cool with it. I'm gonna change it to Zoom active speaker. Now, if one of Alicia or Paul would say something.
Okay.
Of course, Alicia.
What about me?
I said, of course, Alicia's not going to say nothing unless she's cursing me out. But now we can have this thing. All three of them could be in the backstage, and whichever one of them talks, it now becomes the other person. So overlays do have some power. This, I would say, could be beneficial to your audience. If we're doing some kind of like round robin Q&A or something like that, it actually adds a little flavor. But again, it's not flavor for the sake of just trying to be cute because I don't trust in my ability to do something cool. Why, Paul? See, this is why I didn't try to help. He be talking smack. The movie we were talking about is Mars Attacks. If you have two separate, I can read, Matt. I can read. Hold on. Let me reset this. Let me reset this. Switch. Okay. If you have two separate camera views with one camera, can you upload a text overlay or upload an image to see what you're selecting? I don't remember being Maestro. I don't remember being able to recall the camera or preset. I don't understand the question, but I'm going to pretend. I think
Before you explain,
Yes.
did you want to put your camera back up on the vertical?
Oh, good job. Why you break my stuff, Paul? See, this is why you can't let him come on this show. He always be breaking stuff. Okay, let me put that there. Thank you, AT. See, at least I got some friends around here. Okay, so I think what Matt is trying to do is rename the cameras. I see this feature request all the time, and I'm an asshole, but it's named Camera A, Camera B, Camera C, Camera D, Camera E. It's already renamed. So all you got to do is, if I want this camera to be the little Ozbot, is I set it to the little Ozbot. And I know that Camera B is the Ozbot. And so whenever I drag on a Camera B, I know it's the Ozbot. Simple as pie. Like I cram to understand And I get it. Like, yes, can you tap down here and change it to say, it's whatever, 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 whatever? Yeah, but what's the difference? Like, I normally never have more than 10. And at damn near 60, I can remember which camera's on which. And if I make a mistake, it doesn't matter. I just switch it back. Like, it's not that big a deal. But no, you can't type down here and name it. And look at my camera list. I got Camo, thanks Eden. I got Decklink 1, 2, 3, 4, which I know is my Sony, and then my MacBook when it's plugged in, my other PTZ camera, and the OBSBot here. Then I got the OBSBot Tiny, and then I got the OBSBot Tail Air, and then I got the Zoe box, and then I got the ZV-E1, and then I got Alicia, because, well, she's sitting there. And then I got Paul, and then I got Paul. So, like, I know what my cameras are. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like, people who be like, I need to name them. Bro,
Is there a reason that I'm at the bottom?
Yeah, just how it came out. I didn't do it, dude. That's literally automatic selected. Ain't nobody done it. Don't get like that. If it's that hard, listen, I'm gonna be an asshole because everybody wants the software to do all the work for them. But like, if it's that hard, get a piece of tape and then tape it right here in the front and be like, A, Sony, B, OBSBot, C, OBSBot 2, D, OBSBot 3, E, Paul, F, Paul, G, Alicia. That's why on the mixing board, it has that space for the white tape. It's exactly what it's for. So if it's that hard, do it that way. But like, yeah, the feature request is in. It's low-hanging fruit, as far as I know. We'll get there. No olive oil before the... 100%. No olive oil. Cook that joint on a dry pan. She knows what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Dry pan. Bingo. I have a fancy car too, but I know how to drive. Yo, dude, we are not for sale. We are not for sale. Oh, Rap, you missed my whole rant about everybody's like, well, what about if we have cinema studio or design studio? Like, I literally just paid my $800 3 months ago, and I could care less. Like, I am for it. I am stoked. I get that. Okay, so this is what Matt is saying. Let's make it all the way Matt's way. Let's get in here. Let me show you what he's talking about. So we can come in here and we're going to zoom this up. So Matt is saying, I got camera A is the deck link, and then I'm going to take the other camera and I'm going to set it to the deck link. But then I'm going to press on this little thing right here, which brings up the camera effects, right? And then so I'm going to take this, pay attention, Paul. I'm going to take this and I'm going to zoom it in. All right. So this one is going to be Big Head Doc. Right. So if I go back to, let me move Paul's big head out the way and just only put my big head there. So we go here and on my keyboard, if I press B, you get Big Head Doc. If I press A, I get Little Head Doc. Like, again, I know which is which. I know that, again, on the white tape, you type A, ZV-E1, normal, and then on B, you type ZV-E1, zoomed in. Like, yeah, you can put tape over the screen and label them, but it's completely unnecessary, bro. Like, it just is. I know people going to fight me on this, but I'm telling you, making it more complicated. Because what's going to happen is everybody forgets, for every one of us, quote unquote, professional people that have done this and like to have all of these unnecessary buttons, there's Vicky, who legit just asked us, why do I even need overlays? And that's a fair question. And so when you're us, you have to mitigate the concept of making something for Raphael, myself, and you, Matt, and making something that appeases Vicky and Paul. Because this Paul don't know how to use Ecamm. But now let's check this out. Let's get this into perspective real quick. Okay. Person who wants to make the show fancy with all the buttons and twirlies and whatever. If we go to their YouTube channel, how many subscribers they got? Maybe 2,000. Paul C, humble brag time. don't know how to use Ecamm, don't know nothing about tech. How many subscribers you got on your YouTube channel right now?
280, 290.
Almost 300,000. Peanut Head Muggle versus
Sunbird.
all of the tech dudes that I know that be hanging out on all the tech dude channels. He just does the
that's
work
unfair.
and don't overthink it. Don't know how to overthink it. Doesn't even know how to overthink it. And almost 300,000 subs. Person that wants all these extra things, trying to strike 5,000. Again,
that zoom button that you were showing just then. No, I'm actually thinking of doing a lot more live streams. Yeah, because when you really want to highlight something, and like you did then, you can just press the button and it zooms in. Question for you: are you able to set it to a slow zoom in?
no.
Okay.
No. And I get where that would come in, but no, not right now. However, let me fix that. I'm going to take my little Ozbot over here, and then I'm going to put it right here. You see that my Ozbot just automatically moved? Because I have presets. Right? So what I could do is, let me line it up.
Okay, so if you set up camera 1 on your overlay, you could then have the so you would press the Ozbot button once you pressed on that camera to position 2, which would give you a slow zoom.
Yeah. So actually, I got the wrong Ozbot set up for this. Hold on. Let me turn on
the tail air.
Yeah, so the tail air, you can set screen 1 is back here, and then screen 2 is zoomed in. And when you press the button, the head will move first and the zoom will come second, or it will do it simultaneously. And on that particular case, you can adjust the zooms. So yes, that does work. Okay.
And you could have different scenes for the different angles that you want. The camera will move automatically.
Yeah. Paul, I can't share everybody else, but I'm going to text you what I did yesterday with these Ozbots, and you're going to be like, girl. It's super cool. I did something hella goofy with my Ozbots yesterday. You guys will see it at some particular point in time, but it was absolutely incredible. What I pulled off yesterday was incredible, and I did it all with Ecamm, and I was like, yo, I can't wait to show you guys, but it's going to have to wait for a couple more weeks. But Paul can see because Paul work here. Anyway, so yeah, to cover Matt's question, I get it. Yes, it will be fun to label them. We have more important things to work on in coding right now. And the one problem about coding, which nobody seems to understand, Raf is here. Raf can tell you. Raf will go to fix his plugin, and somebody will say, on the 3D part, if I could do the window like this and do the window like this, it would make things better. And Raf goes, you know what? That's a good idea. So he goes in there, he starts editing the code, and that part's working. Everything else breaks. This is just the nature of coding. So simplicity, yeah. People are like, I can't believe that Apple just induced this brand new, set of headphones and they didn't fix this one thing. Because sometimes fixing that one thing has 47 dependencies that you don't know about. That's how coding works, right? So going back to myself and Vicky and our wonderful steak analogy, pan, perfect. Nice, select, beautiful grass-fed cut, perfect. I got that artisanal French sea salt, perfect. Put that pan on the stove, power goes out. Guess what? The dependencies of the steak was very important that the electricity worked. Now I happen to have a gas hob. I just said one of Paul's words. I can pull out the gas thing, but not everybody got a backup plan. Everybody that has a camper or cooks outside, they got one of these little, throw a can, looks like a hairspray can, Iwatani, and go back to work. But there's dependencies. So a lot of times it's funny that people think the things that are super easy to fix actually are dependent on a bunch of other stuff. So you can break things trying to fix something super simple.
That's like yesterday when they released Beta 10. It was discovered that in the Beta 10, they kind of messed up the looping. And so they had to issue Beta 12 to fix the sound effects looping issue that got broke.
Matt, the reason why this is valuable. The reason why your PTZ preset can't show you the zoomed in preview is because it's reading the lens. And that preset is a mechanical zoom, right? So I can't say this. It's funny. I literally had this thought yesterday because it was messing me up on something. I was doing something, and I don't have it in this profile. It's in a different profile, so I can't show you. But anyway, let me show you what I mean. So if I'm looking at this, and I have my preset over here, right? Ooh, that's not what I pressed. Go back. Command D, delete, takes you back. If I do this, so this is set on preset number 2. But this particular camera would be the same camera set on preset number 1. It can't show me preset number 1 because this is a physical camera that's pulling the physical input off the lens. The only way it can see preset 1 is if I actually pull up the thing and I send it to preset 1. Now that you notice they both moved. So this one, I can't get a preview of preset 2 because it has to actually go to preset 2 to give me that preview. So yeah, you can't see the preview of your, because it's a single camera. It doesn't work the same way. This is a fixed lens camera, so I can do this because I'm just changing the representation, but I'm not actually moving the lens. It's a different workflow. Anyway, that it's funny because I was doing that yesterday. I had the exact same thought. And then it dawned on me why it doesn't work. And I was like, oh, yeah. But to do what I was doing yesterday, when I was just talking about showing Paul what I was showing Paul, I had the exact same thought. And then I was like, wait, it doesn't. And then after I figured it out, it made all the sense in the world why it can't do what I thought it could do. But then y'all don't need to see me selling whiskey to my uncle. But yeah. Yeah, I dude, literally had the same thought. Legit had the same thought, but it can't work that way. All right, let me send you this, Paul. When you see this, you're going to giggle. I'm just proud of it, so I'm sending it to Paul. Anyway, so going back to what I was showing Vicky, you guys are messing me up. I'm trying to teach this lady stuff. You guys are making me sidetrack. You know how my brain works. Where is the graphic? There it is. Okay, Vicky. So, where we are. Oh, wrong one. Dang it. All right, so we did this too. The next two on the list would be an animation and a clock. I'm going to do the clock first because it's just simple. All right, press on the little clock icon down here and you get a little box. And again, you can do text color. You can do space between said text with this kerning button. I normally don't mess with that. I don't like shadow, or I do like light glow, but I never use shadow. You can change the background to be same thing as any other thing, color or gradient, or you can have a border or no border, and then you can adjust the border width or no border width. You can adjust the corner radius, all the above, and you could cut the edges off. Again, all these little extra things are just style guides, things that you might feel cute. The one thing that I would tell you that's very important though, you want to go in here and you want to look for what is known as a fixed width font. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to Menlo because this is one that pops off the top of my head. And as you can see, mine's is Psycho, but I'm going to click on Menlo because Menlo is a fixed font. And what you notice now, pay close attention to this if you decide to use a clock. My numbers are not jumping all over the gaff. Right? But if I go to Merriweather, it's jumping. See the box is changing every time? And that's because each one of these letters or numbers is a different width. If I click on this, these are all the same width, so they don't jump all over the gaff. So the goal is to pick a font where the number or the font is called monospace and it doesn't bounce all over the place. So that's just a very important thing to know. You want to know if something says monospace or fixed width as you select your font. And they're not always going to be cute. Who cares? It's better that it looks good instead of jumping all over the gaff. Okay, so now I got my little timer there. And the timer can do myriad sorts of things. Like right now, I got it counting down 10 minutes. And I can say go to the next scene when it's done. I can do countdown to a certain time of day. I can do countdown to a date and time. So let's put 1, 2, 2, 5, and then 0, 0, 0, 1. There we go. And then it'll be Father Christmas is coming in 282 days. Damn. That's quick. You got what else we got in here? Clock, stopwatch, short date, long date, medium date, basic clock functions. Okay, that one's easy. Again, as a lady drawing pictures on the screen, you might never use that one. The next one though is an animation, and this is where we get in animated GIFs or movie films. Do I have any animated GIFs? I'll be throwing them away when I get done with them because they're terrible evidence. What does it do? What does it do? Okay, I got one. All right, so I can just drag this in, and all I'm gonna do is drag and drop it, and then there's my little animated GIF. Boom, hat tip. Boom, hat tip. So what I can do with this, I can take this particular guy and put it in all scenes, and then maybe I'll give it the hotkey T for hat tip. And then whenever I'm doing something, if I'm over here and I want to put on the hat tip, boom, I can just, boom. Wait, what time is it in Australia? Why is sis up? I'll take MC. Why are you awake? I'm thinking it's like dark 30 in the morning over there. Hello, Roy.
Special delivery.
Thank you.
See what I do for you?
Oh, Paul got free food. Somebody just brought Paul some free food.
Actually, no, a package.
Wait, you got to eat. Don't open that on screen, dude. Jill will kill
I'm not.
you. Jill will kill you. I didn't even get one. Man, I don't know.
I'm waiting for my Stream Deck to arrive.
Oh, 6:15 in the morning. Oh, she's up. She's having a proper cuppa first thing in the AM. Okay, so that's the animations. Again, easy. Then the next one we'll get over to is screen shares. These are the only thing I add when Vicky said, do you need overlays? Probably the only ones I use on a regular basis is I hit the screen share overlay button, which is this little icon that looks like an iMac. And then I'll put it upon the screen like such. And then I'll click on the pencil and I'll go, instead of primary display or whatever, I like to pick the actual app. So let's go to Ecamm Live Beta, and then let's pull up the sound levels, and then boom, 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 bass. Hello, can you go? Right? So now you can see.
Another one.
You can see the sound levels. So there's something.
Oh my goodness. If it isn't Little Miss Attitude, why are you always over here? I mean, don't you have a bag?
See, I need to get this one whenever AT say something crazy. I can.
Well, you know that was rude having Marianne pop up on the screen and then playing that.
Oh my goodness. If it isn't Little Miss Attitude.
Oh, I'm saving it. Next time MC comes, I'm playing her theme song. Oh my goodness, if it isn't Little Miss Attitude. That was funny, Paul. I didn't do it. I think that was Paul. Paul started it. It wasn't me. So that's what the screen share is, just super good. So like if you're doing something, maybe you're showing them how to do something in Canva, you could come over. Where's my Brave browser? Let's do Safari. Here, let's switch to Canva real quick. Canva. I don't like Canva. Hate Canva. Anyway, if I come over here and then I go to Bingo. Boom. So then you can, that's all I use the screen share for. It's really cool. It just works. I like it. I like it a lot. So there's that. And then underneath there, this is one of my favorites right now. This is the globe. The globe is so good. So let's go over to the browser. Bingo. And then I'm going to click on Safari. And then do this one here. On the vertical, switch it to Safari. And then I'm going to put little Paul over here. Okay. Why is Zoom so crystal clear, but now it has got bad video film? Because Zoom automatically scales the quality according to the internet speed at that particular moment. So one thing about Zoom is, you know how internet speed comes and goes and comes and goes? Zoom will trash the screen quality for just a temporary second, long enough to let your internet catch back up. And then once the internet catch back up, it'll go through. In the appliance sense, think of it as like an automated regulatory valve, like a pressure regulation or something.
And it's also, it gives priority to the live stream over the Zoom session.
Yes. So, Paul, think about how in a Kohler cartridge, the little wax mixer, right? After the hot water gets hot enough, the little wax thing melts, and then now you can mix water, so you can mix high. It's very much the same thing. It's like a temperature regulation. So inside of over here, there's this thing that I've been using a lot, and write this down: overlays.uno. I love this site. I've been using it for a long time. I just can't spell. Moment with it. All right, I love this site. Like, you guys have seen this particular one they showed right away. You have seen me use lots. But basically, I just found this one, Paul. This is so good. Oh my goodness. Let me log all the way in.
I was going to mention that one to you if you'd seen that one.
Oh no, I've been messing with it. It's so good. Let me log all the way in. Dude, first of all, overlays.uno, you can use it for free, but they also have a the paid version is like $2 a month, $2.99, like $3. It's super cheap. I know what I did. I just paid to have it for the whole year because it was like $28, $23. Dude, why
That's
are you
what I
not
did.
logging in? What the heck? Log in. All right, you know what it is? My thing doesn't like it when you're in screen share. Oh, come on. Stop being weird. Where's Zoom? Okay, I got it right. Oh my goodness. Let me log this in. When you're in screen share, the auto password filler doesn't always work. And it's a security thing. I get it. All right, let's go. So yeah, this one is super cool. You just go in here, you click upon it. It's going to open up this little window here. Man, go. Mouse, stop messing with me. I don't know. It's in the last update of macOS, my mouse has been on drugs. I really got to fix it. Anyway, look, you can open this browser output in OBS, vMix, Ecamm, and then blah, blah, blah. And if you click on Ecamm, you know, it tells you what to do. And then this tells you to customize your layout. And then this tells you to do this. And then you go here and then you do that. Anyway, so you go to this little web page and then we're going to put in the names, right? So I could take this list right now. We're going to pretend these people are here, but I can take the winners and then kick people out, right? And then we can go and set this up so you can set it to remove winners or don't remove winners. It depends on whether you want them to be able to win, more than one thing or not. And you got a bunch of different styles in here. And then you got a bunch of different styles for the winning. And then you can customize, with your logo in the middle, so forth, so on, etc. And then you can go into settings. But here's why this is really rock star. I could take my output settings and I'm going to copy this URL and then I'm going to bring it over here to the stream. Okay.
The other cool thing that has is it keeps track of the winners.
Yeah.
So it creates a list of winners, which is nice.
Way good. All right, so I'm going to paste this in. And then I like to change it to 1920 by 1080. I don't know if this is necessary, but I always do. It's just what I do. I always press high resolution. Oh, wait, you guys can't see this. Let me start from the beginning. I press a little globe. This thing pops up, right? And then I'm going to call it wheel, right, of wins. Bingo. Oh, you jerk. I went too fast. Edit. And then I'm going to paste in the URL. And then I'm going to, I always change this to 1920 by 1080. Again, not necessary. I always press high resolution. I always press keep running. Okay? And then for this particular case, I could put it in a transition, but I'm not. I'm just going to save it. So this is going to give me a wheel in a second. There's my wheel. Why it came out so small, I have no idea. It's because it tried to modify the ticker version. Ooh, don't do that. Get here. Sorry, I shrunk my whole screen because I missed, and it drives me crazy.
Question for you at this point while you're trying to resize.
Yes.
Does Control Z work for going back with Ecamm?
Yes. Oh, you know what? I'm going to 86 this. I'm going to do it again. I had edited it already on the screen widget, and so that's why it went crazy. And I don't want to do that because it is going to take too long. There we go. So there's a little wheel. Now, here's what's cool about this. I'm going to show you guys now. So I'm going to take this wheel and I'm going to put it here. And right now, you don't see none of your names on this screen. But this is what's dope. Let me temporarily hide this wheel. In my backend screen, there is a thing that says copy the control URL. So I'm going to copy this control URL and I'm going to text it to Paul. And then Paul would just pick a couple of random people's names out of the chat and then put it in there. So I paste it to Paul. I'm going to put the wheel back on screen and answer some questions. And then you'll see as this thing is updated, it will be like Alicia, Paul, Vicky, Bob, like you put whatever you want in here, Marianne, and then your names will pop up in the wheel. All right. She says, I am seeing the wheel by chance when I'm live. Is there a way to pick audience numbers or word to give something away? Yeah, that's sort of what we're doing. We always do it by the wheel of names. And I'll tell you why I think the wheel of names works better than just numbers per se or some kind of custom code word. You're actually naming the people in your stream and they like it. We were doing the flow a little bit ago and there was a lad that came on and I was using his name as an example because his screen name was talking about trading. And so we were talking about like when you're interviewing somebody and, picking good questions. And I had mentioned a thing about like, oh, so if I wanted to talk to into trading about how to get into trading, these are the type of questions I would ask as opposed to the generic questions. And he goes, oh, I feel like I'm part of the show. Like that literally was his comment. And so that's the reason why to me names is better because it definitely is a stronger connection than, oh, number 27, you win. You know what I mean? It's just something dope about it. So I think whenever you get the opportunity to, you should always do that. Like, yes, people like to be recognized. Even my friends that stalked me at the airport in Japan. What's up, bro? How are you doing? Uh, this is cool. I like this. Um, so yeah, there's just there's really something cool about overlays.uno. They have so many options and so many choices. And like when you're just starting out and you like, Vicky, if you don't want to get in and do a bunch of crazy stuff, but you want to have some interactive things, go into overlays.uno. Again, you can use the free account and see like that timer thing that I built. You can just use one of these. And all you have to do to make it work is legit just copy the URL into the little globe thing. And then so now this is set up and all I have to do is go back to the back end where we were and I can press the spin button and then it will go. That's really slow. Why is it really slow? Oh, it's just running the animation. Okay, so before you pick a winner, you can just have it cruising like this, and then you go like this, and I think it takes off. You can hear it? Oh, hi. Hi. Paul, now we gotta give her something. I'm gonna give her a fountain pen. That'll make her happy. Dude, that's like the name is better, everything. Like I just like this one. And so Paul didn't set it so that it takes her name off. So let me check something. I'm gonna cover us up. I'm gonna go to the back end and see if it says, oh yeah, there's the winner. And then you go to setup and then we say remove winners. Okay, so we're gonna run it again, and what should happen is it should automatically take Marianne's name off this time. So let's try again. This is cool. I love
If she
this.
wins again.
If she wins again, bro, she could be George. Let me tell you what, son, because George be the one every time. So let me. I like the thing about running the animation because the other one doesn't do that, where it's just constantly spinning while you're putting things in. So you just run it. It's going to be Paul. Oh, it's Vicky. And so now it should automatically take Vicky's name out. If I do it again, if I press start. Oh yeah, it took it out. You see the kind of peachy color went away? Oh, this is cool.
It's loud.
Wait, I did a double spin. Oh yeah, this one's cool. And again, what's really dope about this one is like, can you do the reset? If you do the setup.
In the names list, it's showing red dots against the people that won, so it's removed them.
Oh, that's cool.
This would be really cool with regards, when you have questions and you do the Q and the colon, and you could actually have this spinning with the questions, but it would automatically, if you put a Q and a colon in,
yeah, that'd be cool. But then the words are going to be huge. I mean, the wheel slots are going to be tiny because the amount of stuff.
Oh, just use it. Just use the name's question.
Oh, I see. Just the username. It doesn't allow me to quickly reset this. No. And there's no fast way to put these people back. So what I could do is go to setup and temporarily turn off remove winners. Oh, there you go. That reset the wheel.
It also has a option to ignore duplicates. So if you are doing something and you're getting a bunch of repeat
Spam
names,
people?
it won't put the names in twice.
Oh yeah, this is way better than the one that we had. So I was talking to them about this when we were in Vegas, and I was like, yo, we need a better way to win. It looks like they did it. This is cool. I really like this. This is cool. And so let me just show you some of the other styles real quick. But this, I'm telling you, dude, to me, overlays.uno is one of the bee's knees Hall of Fame. So we got casino, we got 80s.
Something reset all the names because they're all green again.
I did.
Okay. What did you do?
And then, I'm sorry, under setup, and I went remove winners, and I turned it back on, and that reset everybody.
Oh, okay.
So you can do baseball game, you can do candy shop. That one's a little obnoxious. We could do casino. That's what we had. We could do deep ocean. So yeah, you can do
music.
some cool stuff.
Playful.
Where's this?
It randomly chooses the lesson you're going to do.
I mean, you could do so many cool stuff, right? And you can pick the different, like when somebody wins, you can make it match the theme itself. Like if I did Lavender Dream, and then I went to go run the start.
Oh, it changes the sound.
Look, Kevin, you win. That's cool. So yeah, look, dude, man, listen, we could be here all day playing with that, but that is absolutely incredible. So again, cool stuff that you can do to make your show like, interactive. Again, if you're going to add something, ask yourself this question. We talked about this on Saturday. Is it a bar raiser? Is it a bar maintainer? Or is it a bar lower? And like, is it going to really bring any value to your people, or is it just going to make things more complicated for yourself? As simple as pie. So we slide this over. Text one is the Bees Knees Hall of Fame. This a whole show in and of itself, but you could do so many things with these text boxes. Like your whole show can live around it. This one's a lot to talk about in a single thing, but it's basically how you put things on screen. And then the camera ones I kind of showed you a little bit. Paul said spin the wheel to see who's the next to be banned. And again, cameras to me is just easy. It's the easiest way to just drag something, plop it on the screen, and then, you could do all kind of things with it. Oh, one thing that I really like to do is I'll take this and I'll take my perspective and I'll move it to like this. And I normally zoom into the number. So it's 52. Let's set it for 50. Then I'll take the Paul one and I'll click it and I'll do the other 50. And then when you come out, see, it just has a different look to it. You know what I mean? So you can do that kind of cool stuff with the camera overlays. And the last two is an empty text box, which is a shape. And like if you don't have a background in there, it's just going to give you like a blank box that you can type into. And I hardly ever use this one, but there's some, it just works different than the text box that's already colored in. And then the last one is folders, where you put things in to just organize your overlays. But, I'll go in here and I'll look at something like this list where I have all my overlays in. And every couple of shows, I have to come in, I make the list massive, and then I select on all the things that I don't need and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then I delete them because they get on your nerves. If you're not paying attention, bro, you will have 5,100 in there and they just be all over the gap. So I like to get rid of those every once in a while. So I just go to each scene and put them in there and call it a day. But that's it, family. That is super, super simple. It's just that easy. And then now you know how to fight forest fires. That is it. Alicia, wake up, sis. I have a question for you. Did you have a chance to play with Transcript Lab yet?
No, sir, I have not.
Oh, dang. I didn't get a chance to mess with it either, but I was showing it to Katie today, and she was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, man. Alicia asked the question in class, and we went down a whole rabbit hole, and then, it is cool. So I will probably
I'm
say
still
that for
house
Saturday
prepping.
because I got work to do. But I have a show the next couple of days with Alec. We're going to be doing his digital stage summit. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in there. If you haven't checked it out already, go to Digital Stage Summit and it's free. Just come and hang out and see what we're all learning. But we'll probably talk about how we built this transcript lab thing on Saturday. But it was really cool. AT had a question, and I said, you know what? Let's go ask our friend Claudine and see what she say. And then we came up with something cool. It was freaking phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And Paul, you kind of talked about this when you were talking about having Gemini like go over your shows because it can actually see the video, whereas the other platforms can't see the video. We did something similar to that with transcripts, but we had it analyze the transcripts and then tell us what opportunities we could possibly create from this analysis.
I think I was doing that with AI Studio.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. With Gemini AI Studio, because it could actually watch the video, right?
Yeah.
And so I gave what I wanted to tell you on Saturday, which I ended up telling AT, is a concept that I'm messing with is these are 3 creators that I like, that I look up to, and then I would like to be similar without copying. Don't mess with my style, but there's things that they do that I absolutely adore. These are 3 creators who are, I would consider my temporaries. We're on the same playing field. I need to know just enough about them to either catch up to them or pass them or stay in front of them, whatever the case may be. Okay? These are my competitors. And again, I'm looking for a competitive advantage. And these are the people that I never want to sound like. If you catch me remotely sounding like these people, you holler at your man.
Did I say the name?
No, you can't. But it's in the list. It's in the list, right? But it's like legit. I don't like what they say. I don't like what they stand for. I don't want to accidentally sound like them. I never want to call them out, but I want to be 100% sure that I don't say or do something that puts me into sort of their camp, right? You know what? I don't care if somebody accuses me of a money grab, but I don't want to do them, right? If you accuse me of it, it's because you're an asshole, because I do all of this shit for free, right? But if I did something that looked like it could potentially be called that and is worth double thinking, I want to double think it before I do it, you know, that kind of thing, right? So, and then we were talking about setting up an automation that once a week or so, it will go and scrub the 3 or 4 social medias that you're into, and it will look for the content generated by the people that's in the spreadsheet or list, whatever. It could be a spreadsheet, it could be a list, whatever. And it will go out and get those and analyze those and read those and come back and kick you down with a report. And so it would say, hey, Paul, in your last 2 videos where you were talking about the Siemens machines or whatever, you kind of got preachy, or you kind of got a little defamatory. And I understand the point is to call out the manufacturers, but you got to find a way to do it without being hyper negative or whatever the case may be. Like, it will come up with a report and you're like, all right, cool, I'll take that. So the next time when we come up with the bullet points, keep that in mind. Or how would you have changed it? Or should I remake another one and just say it the right way and leave the other one there? Or should I remove the other one? You know, whatever. Like, you could have these full conversations and it could give you a blueprint. Because, you know, hey, it's funny that I'm doing this and she's right there. Transylvania, Barawiti Baba. Sorry. I'm like, hold Alicia over the mountain. She'd be kicking her feet. She can't touch the ground anyway. Anyway, so she'd be like, hey, I see what you was trying to do in Final Cut, but dog, you was going way too fast. Do this shit again. And then we ended up doing it. You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, okay, I got it now. So it's almost the same thing that we do in class, but like you can have the bot kind of comb through your stuff and let you just know you go in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Paul, when you're typing on the keyboard, you say this word over and over and over again. Stop saying that. You're like, I didn't even notice I said that. Like, it's going to be able to find those things that you say all the time. Like, recently, I can't stop saying, and then, no more and then. It's Jill's fault. It's been stuck in my head for like a month, and I've been trying so hard to get rid of it. I catch myself doing it in the house. I'll be like, and then, no more and then. So yeah, really interesting concept, and we're gonna figure this out. And then once we got it wired, once us and the other people from the Ghost Squad, we got it wired, we'll come and tell you guys how to do it. But we got a good start. And Paul, I'll email you the zip file so that you can mess with it. I'm gonna send it to you right before I go upstairs to make coffee.
Remind me on Saturday to say about repeating a hot topic to an extent that it could burn out. Just remind me on that.
Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, see, again, it would be able to help you with that, right? Hey, I noticed that in all of the videos you did recently, you keep saying this, that's going to get stale. Like,
Yeah.
let's figure out a different way to reframe it or attack it or look at it from a different lens, come at it from the consumer side, come at it from the manufacturer side, whatever. Like, you know.
Just tell the Rockweiler down below to make a note of that for me to bring it up.
The Rottweiler? Bro, you would have been better with cats. You would have been better with cats. I have to hop onto a webcast at work, but did you show? Yes, I did show Paul. I did show Paul the Matsuri video. That's super. As soon as we got off, this dude gonna say, "Hey Doc, where we going?" And so I was trying to tag Paul in the thing. It wouldn't let me tag Paul, so I texted Paul the video. I was like, "Let's go, let's go." And then, Paul said, "How come this keep coming up in my feed?" I was like, "Don't blame me. Blame Babacoa."
I have seen more videos related to that event.
It's the Boba Cola. Blame that person. It was not me. Imua, as we say in these streets. All right, family, it's really good today. Thank you, Vicky, for making me go through the motions. It's really funny. It's something I do all day, every day, but having to do it again from the basics, like, going back to cooking the steak from the basics. Before you get to au poivre, you should know how to make the steak first, right? Sometimes having to go through the process of building overlays from the beginning helps you find some things that you may have forgot about or whatever. And in the process of doing this, I had discovered the new wheel. Because we've been using the old Genki ass wheel for a hot minute. This new wheel is off the chain. So, and then Vicky, if you're still here, are you going to be at Two Fest, or because when we come to the UK, I mean, we coming over there. So, dude, do not knock. I just almost knocked off the whole tail two onto the floor. I just whacked it. Lucky the neck can turn, so when I hit it, the neck just rolled. Ooh, that would have been bad. That would have been an expensive mistake. Anyway, I got to get coffee. I love you guys. Peace out. Thanks, class. Bye.
You're mine. How I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine. How I